Hi, my name is Ben from Amagodo Postad, and welcome to today's show. On today's show, we'll be sharing with you how we prepare our ewes for the breeding season. The first thing we check out for is their body condition, is to ensure at least they are within what we refer to as a 3.5 to 4 body condition score. This ensures that one, the ewes are not too fat, and also at the same time they're not too thin as we approach the breeding season. The other thing we look at is to ensure that we have vaccinated them against the clostridial diseases, and we also ensure that we have also given them a broad spectrum dewormer just as we get into the breeding season. After that is done, then we now start looking at marking out what dates we want to start our breeding on. And once we have already marked that, then the next thing we make sure is to put the ewes that we have selected that have met that criteria are now put through what we refer to as flashing, which basically means is that we are going to give them a diet that is not only rich on energy but also on protein to ensure that the ewes are in the best possible condition for them as they get into their breeding season. Now for flashing, we do it for 4 weeks as a start. Then we introduce the ram and we continue for another 4 weeks on the flashing program for the ewes. These, please remember, at the same time, what we are also doing is we ensure the ram is also being taken care of. This is by ensuring that the ram has already been dewormed, has been vaccinated, and is also on a flashing diet by itself, so that to ensure that also the sperm count is pretty high. So that once it gets into tapping the ewes, we are more prepared for a higher success rate than when we have not prepared them. So just to recap, the first thing we do is to, when we are selecting the ewes, select them based on their body conditions. Then we move into the vaccination program and a deworming program where we are using for the vaccination, we are going to put them on a Clostridium vaccine, and the vaccine of choice at the farm currently we are using Jovaclos T. And for the deworming, we are going to put them on a broad spectrum dewormer. The likes of Duotech will work, and in this case that's what we will be using on our selected ewes. Then after that is done, then we put them on a flashing regime, which ensures that the ewes are put on a highly nutritious diet just before we bring in the ram for joining. This has its advantages in regards to keeping the body condition up. Secondly, it also ensures that the ewes are more susceptible or more embracing when it comes to the ovulation rate, and it will also increase what we call the chances of getting twins and triplets, because remember, it's both a genetic and a nutritional game. So these two have to be married together. Once we've joined the ewes to the ram, we normally have a breeding session, or what we call a breeding season, that is approximately 60 days. And this is why we do them for 60 days, is to ensure that the ram has adequate time to breed or to mate with the ewes. Given that every 17 days is when the oestrus cycle happens for the ewes, at least we give the ram enough time. And when it comes to the ram to the ewe ratio, we are looking at a ratio of 1:35. The other important thing we also check out for when we are pairing or selecting the ewes is also their health condition. Generally, we also make sure that we've hoof trimmed them. If any are sick, then we don't put them on the breeding season for that season. And we also ensure that we also take time to find out which ewes have been performing exemplary in the last breeding season in terms of lambing to twins, or in terms of being prolific in taking care of the lambs. And these are some of the signs that we breed for. So it's important that we also take note of those and ensure that whoever ram we are pairing with a particular ewes, that they will be able not only just to join, but will be able to provide productive, healthy lambs, which will become better breeding genetics for other farmers moving forward. As per our breeding profile and policy at the farm, we also ensure that we keep track of the performance of not only the rams but the ewes. Because remember, the ewes form the foundation of your farm and the foundation of your success as any breeder. So it's important for us to ensure that we also take our time to identify prolific ewes and which have been providing us with superior genetics along their way, and that is where we choose lambs to become replacement ewes in the coming breeding season for us. And those ones we retain as replacement ewes at the farm. We start breeding our ewes from 11 months. Once they hit 11 months, then that's their first joining date. For every breeding season, we follow a checklist, and this does not change whether it's for replacement ewes, for new joiners. This we always make sure it's consistent along the way, and that's very important for any breeder. You need to have a checklist that you can just go through and make sure that you are able to follow through in each and every breeding season. Hi to all of you. Thank you for taking your time watching our channel, and kindly subscribe to the channel. And for those who have, please give us a thumbs up. Remember to put the notification bell so that you'll always be notified whenever we upload a new informative video. And please spread out the word, and also share on the comments below. Let us know how you're getting on with your preparation for your breeding season. Let's share. And to all of you, happy farming.